Alrighty, without further ado, in the top left, in the red, playing on Romanticide. Give it up. It is Innovation. And in the bottom right, in the blue, give it up. It is Parting. Alrighty, so here in this matchup, Parting definitely has been on a tear lately. He has played in the tournaments like Korea Light Cup, winning it 2 weeks in a row against some good opponents. Really has been showing a lot of build diversity and has been just doing really well. Innovation still doing pretty good. He hasn't been playing as good as he has, but he's still been doing very well for himself. So I'm interested to see how he ends up playing in this series. Sometimes it feels like Innovation is like in his former days, and then sometimes it feels like he is just in the Bronze League. It feels like you never know what kind of Innovation you're going to get. So we see SCV going to make its way across the map. I don't know if he's trying to I think he's trying to proxy maybe Starport down here. I was thinking maybe just trying to scout for proxies, but it does look like he wants to go for something over here, like maybe some kind of proxy. Sends across the SCV, and it is going to be a proxy from Parting. I believe he's going to be going into depths, maybe? We have seen something from Parting lately where he goes into like a gateway, and then basically a 3-gate across, and just continues in with a warp prism. He gets adepts and just gets about 5 or 6 adepts, and then we see him actually kind of push into the natural. Now, Innovation is proxying his factory across the map, so this could be really bad for Innovation. He's not going to have anything at home. He's going to have like a Marine or a couple of Marines at least by the time this attacks. This attack hits. And so Innovation comes in. He sees kind of the timings of everything. And for Terran scouting, it looks normal, right? It's like, okay, you've got a couple of gates. You've got the cybernetics core. Your pylons seem to be there. But Parting, kind of playing it off like, hey, I'm doing normal. But that extra gateway does a lot for him. And it gives him an opportunity to be able to warp in right here. The CC is almost done for Innovation. It is going to be the factory over here as well. And it looks like it's going to be Hellions coming out from Innovation. Now, Innovation has not seen this yet. He has no idea it's coming. He does have his Marines up in the front, but he has not thrown out a bunker, and he needs one. He needs a bunker. He needs something, because these adepts are going to hit hard, and they are hitting now. Marines coming forward. With these adepts are going to get kind of shut out. Oh no, he cancels it. Okay, never mind. Parting going to sit back. Now, here come the Hellions across the map for Innovation as he tries to go into Parting's base. Will this force a reaction from Parting as he continues to press into the front? More adepts warping in. We do see the Hellions coming in for Innovation across the map. And, gonna get quite a bit of kills here. Actually, 8 probes, 10, 12 probes. But now the Adepts and the Stalker coming into the main. There is a bunker. Not going to finish, though, as we have the starport so far away from finishing. 18. Ooh, even a Widow Mine coming down. Eventually, 23 probes do end up falling. These SCVs trying to hold on for dear life. But GG in Parting takes game number 1 there. Really well done. Yeah, unfortunately, I think even though Innovation did a lot of damage to the probes, he just did not have an answer to those adepts. And the stalkers as well. It was kind of a hoorah there. So let's go ahead, jump into game number 2. And let's see what happens. All right. There we go. Without further ado, in the top left or top right on Jagannatha, give it up. It is Innovation. And in the bottom left, in the blue, give it up. It is Parting. All right. So, Parting, going to go ahead and throw down his pylon at the bottom. We'll throw down the gateway as well. We'll allow for a wall, especially since on this map, the natural is basically even with the rest of the map. So it does allow for a little bit of a shield, a little bit of protection. Alright, refinery's coming down, so it is going to be double gas from Innovation. Huh. What could it be? Gas just not being taken for Parting, as he does go ahead and expand behind this. Does look like Innovation not going to expand just yet. Is he going to go Battle Cruiser? We see the Reaper coming out and an SCV making its way across the map. Trying to see where he was going. I think he just goes straight across, right? Yeah, I think he's just going to scout. But there's definitely that potential that Innovation could do something greedy, something cheeky. We'll see that there is a Zealot coming out, and he's going to race the Zealot home. On the other side, Reaper going to be making its way out. A Marine follow-up. Factory is there. Now, Innovation's going to have a lot of extra gas coming up. He could go into Cyclones. He could go into a tank. He could proxy a starport. The possibilities are endless. Now, the Zealot is going to come up to the third base location. Eventually, I think he goes over to the natural, up to the main. Huh. Okay, so it's going to be a Widow Mine into a starport. Reaper does come in. Picks off a couple of probes. This is actually a pretty big play from Innovation. Parting is in trouble. At the same time, the Zealot trying to get in will not be able to, as a Adept makes its way across the map. Innovation makes himself. He is able to get out of the main with the Reaper. Eventually, we'll back up as the Stalker pushes us back. Now, one thing to note: even though Parting took some damage, Innovation has not expanded. He just now threw down his CC, and Parting with Chrono Boost will be able to replenish his account if needed. Oh, he sees the Twilight Council as well. Man, Innovation's Reaper just able to get a lot of damage done. Will eventually get a total of 5 probes. Not bad at all. And here we go. Widow Mines on the way across. Behind it, Tech Lab on both the starport and the factory. Additional barracks coming through, and that natural will eventually get itself up. Alright, robotics facility is now done. Going to be seeing an Observer make its way across. Raven on the way for Innovation. As he does fly in, going to go straight to the main. Already Parting, going to pull the probes. And there we go. Oh no. Okay. Innovation will be able to make it out though with the medevac. Behind it, just going to be Marines and tanks for Innovation. Parting though, will continue on into Blink. Is starting to get more stalkers, more upgrades, and Innovation playing very defensive. He's waiting for a counteract, right? He does know that it is a possibility for Blink, so I guess he's trying to be as most prepared as he can be at this point. Getting additional tanks and just trying to hold off onto the front. Finally going to come in with his medevac. Only one Widowmine gets out, but it does get cleaned up pretty easily. Cancels the bunker. And there we go. After 2 tanks, going to go ahead and switch it out. And Parting playing it very defensively. He really hasn't had to push across the map. Obviously, you know, with the attacks coming through here from Innovation, will eventually kind of shut it down. Now, Parting moving across the map, he does have the Observer. Innovation will be able to actually see the Observer now, so he knows that there is some kind of attack coming, right? It is going to be Colossus behind this for Parting. Does have extended Thermal Lance and Charge on the way. Parting able to, you know, see some of the army. There is no... Okay, tank's way back there, actually. Wow. Innovation going to the side here. Combat Shields finishes up. 10 seconds away for Concussive Shields. And it looks like Parting will go ahead and back up now, seeing that there is an attack on its way. Parting is in some trouble. I mean, he's only with 39 supply. He's got a Colossus, a couple of Sentries, and some Blink Stalkers. Not going to be the best. He's going to throw down a couple of shield batteries to try to help defend this, as he's taken a third. But definitely looks like Innovation is hungry for blood. He's got enough Widow Mines. He's got a few tanks, and that Raven is full of energy. There is a gateway up here as well, so... But will it matter? Doesn't even get the kill there. There we go. Shuts down the Colossus. Going to get on top of him there. Left alone. Blinking forward are the Stalkers, but it might be too late already. The Marines getting in here. The Widow Mines are in an okay position as they do eventually burrow. A few more Warpins come in here, but Innovation going to be a little bit too strong as he ends up picking up from the force fields, moving his units back, and we'll go ahead and continue in. The Raven, once again, has enough energy for a turret. As we see Parting having to force himself back. An anti-armor missile goes down. GG and Innovation going to tie things up here. There we go. 1-1. Alrighty. Game number 3. Coming out here. Let's get into it. In the bottom right hand corner in the red, it is Innovation. And in the top left, in the blue, give it up, it is Parting. All right. It's game number 3. Coming down on Lightshade. Thought I'd sneeze there for a second. Should be interesting. Parting definitely got a little outplayed there. Got shut down completely. Left this Colossus quite alone lonely and afraid to a big Terran army, and just was not able to get it done. Now, Parting was wanting to go for a blink play, but Innovation, scouting the Twilight Council early enough and knowing kind of that map being good for blink, was able to get himself in a defensive position till he got the number of units he wanted, and then was able to just walk across and take what was his in that game. Now, Parting coming across the map with a probe, while the SCV for Innovation will make his way across the map. Now, Parting going to throw down another pylon in proxy. Scouting around, wants to see, is there any proxies coming my way in this area? But no, that is not the case. And we will see a gateway, or maybe, yeah, it should be gateway. So it looks like Parting wants to go for another adept attack here. Definitely plays really well, and we'll see if Innovation can defend it this time. He is making his expansion in the main. Like we saw kind of in game 1, he comes out, does not see an adept, does not see anything, and actually will return back. His SUV coming back home as well, and oh, the Marine. Does he scout it? He's going down here at the bottom. I don't think he will see this. No, he doesn't. He does know that there is some kind of proxy out. Trying to find it with the Reaper, but no success. As the first adept makes its way on to the field here very soon. And there we go. Innovation. He will eventually find it. But is that enough time? He does get some Marines. He's got the command center on the way. A second barracks is on the way. And finally the bunker is down. The adepts coming through, trying to shoot down or at least chase after the Reaper. Stalker will get it. Pushes it back. And now a huge warp in. Parting has a very short window here before this bunker is up. Can he get to it? And here we go. Innovation in some trouble. The adepts going to complete the shade. They do not complete it in time, and the bunker is complete. Will force Parting back. At the same time, the Reaper here for Innovation goes into the main base to start harassing. More stalkers are on the way, though, trying to come in to deal damage. At the same time, having to deal with the Reaper at home. Reaper going to get a couple of kills. Finally, the bunker will fall. One of the adepts will fall. The second adept will fall shortly behind it. Looks like eventually the Reaper does get caught out. Trying to get on top of some of these SCVs. We'll be able to take care of the reactor and potentially both of the supplies here as the SCV is getting pulled. The Reapers, or excuse me, the Stalkers and the Adepts trying to pull themselves back. There's quite a bit of Marines here already, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. The first depot does fall. The second depot very close, but no cigar. But it looks like Parting not going to have enough here as Innovation continues to pull forward. Oh no, he's not going to have enough. Parting coming in now, going to start killing off everything. 16 SCVs have fallen. More Marines do fall in line, but additional warpins coming in to that proxy location. Eventually this will get cleaned up, but with more units coming in, Innovation is in some trouble. Does eventually get kind of built in here, but 21 SCVs have fallen. The Stalkers coming in, taking care of the Marines, and will be forced back, but Parting at 44 probes. 44 probes to the 10 of Innovation. He is in a phenomenal position. He has his expansion up. He has the Twilight Council down. Going to go into potentially Blink or maybe even some charge loss or both. We see Innovation having to move that second barracks in the wall formation, but with the sentries here, with the additional Stalkers that are available, Blink on the way, Parting is in a phenomenal position Innovation very far in tech. He does have a third CC, playing this super greedy. Fortunately, the command center are not going to be able to land, and it is going to be Stalker Sentry. Beautiful force field will eliminate the Marauders, getting the Marines in a very awkward position. We'll separate this pretty well. Gets on top of the SCVs there, and yeah, I mean, what can you really do? He does have stim, but he does not have medevacs. He's just now building a factory. He will not have enough to actually stim and hold on to this. And it looks like Parting going to get on top of everything. Force fielding it down. GG's. And Parting takes game number 3 in spectacular fashion. All right. So Parting on match point. Innovation was looking pretty good, but unfortunately it looks like he's having some trouble against these proxy games. So we'll Parting proxy again. Probably. Let's find out. All right. Without further ado, in the top right-hand corner of the map, give it up for the Terran player. It is Innovation. And in the bottom left, in the blue, it is the Protoss known as Parting. Right, so Parting winning 2 games in a row with that kind of proxy gateway style, and you know, it is super strong. Innovation was able to scout that there was some kind of proxy. He just was not able to find it in time, and even though he got the bunker up, there was just way too much there for Parting. And Innovation playing it greedy, going with a third CC pretty quickly. Just did not help him out. Like, maybe if he were able to hold it off, he could have easily recuperated. But by that time, Innovation was down by at least 40 workers. So, Innovation sending across the SCV once again. Probe here for Parting. Just going to go across the map. And we'll see what he has in store. Ooh. Parting going with the pylon. A zealot play coming out from Parting. Cybernetic score is down. We do see Innovation wanting to take an expansion behind this. He has the SCV flying across the map. No scouting just yet. It will be seen, however, from the Reaper. But it is going to be Stargate. We are going to see some Void Rays coming out here from Parting in game number 4. The Zealot making its way across the map, and Innovation has to know there is something going on. Automatically throws down a bunker in the main, but that's not where he needs to be. Innovation sees it now for the first time. Anyways, Marine coming out, a second Marine as well. He does not have the gas just yet, but he will throw down a factory. Eventually looking to get into Cyclones. The Reaper will shut down the probe making units. He does still get a shield battery up, and we will see another probe and an Adept making its way across the map. Zealot going to be able to cancel this this bunker as long as possible. Does eventually get killed off, and the bunker will eventually be allowed to finish. The CC going to get delayed as well. And now the first Void Ray getting chronoed out will be there with a vengeance. The factory is just now done, and he is making a tech lab. Another bunker going out in the main, but is it too late here? The Adept hanging out and dealing damage again, delaying that CC, but doesn't even need to worry about that at the moment. As Parting going to start shutting down the supply depots. the other probe coming in for some more shield battery action. And Innovation is in immense trouble. He does actually get a Cyclone available, and he gets that accelerator for the Cyclone out. Second Void Ray is about to pop out. And Innovation having to play this very carefully. Let's get the Cyclone in a good range. Gonna start shooting down the first Void Ray. Does not make it though. Trying to target down the Cyclone. The Cyclone is the biggest problem right now for Parting. Oh, gets it barely in time. But Innovation is supply blocked. He cannot make any more units right now. Healing up the Cyclone, trying to deal with this as best as he can, but having some trouble. Oh, the Cyclone! Oh, does get one of the Void Rays, but a second Void Ray does join. 7 SCVs have fallen here so far in Parting. Looking like this may be his. There's another Cyclone coming out, so there's 2 Cyclones altogether. There's another Barracks trying to be added on here to help with this, but Parting looking to be a little too strong. He does have 5 shield batteries behind this. Behind all of this, Parting is going to go ahead and take an expansion. He's going to continue to try to build up this lead. He is at 27 workers to the 18 here of Innovation. It looks like finally Innovation going to try to get on top of some of the shield batteries. Is able to take out one of the Void Rays. It's a very good job there. Behind this, Blink is on the way. Looks like it will eventually get kind of stopped or slowed down from Parting. Ooh. Looks like finally all the shield batteries will eventually fall. At least most of them. And it will actually shut down the Stargate, giving Innovation a good chance here to counterattack. But will he have enough as the Stalkers are starting to make their way across the map to deal with this? Now, Blink is almost done. Adding on more and more Stalkers. He is adding on additional gateways. He's got a shield battery at home for defense. And the Stalkers just going to hang out in the middle of the map. Looks like he's going to return home. Does he come back for another proxy? There's still a Void Ray up and alive to go for the mineral line. Once he knows that these Cyclones are gone, he could potentially do another attack, but looks like he's going to throw down another pylon here. He is not done across the map. Getting on top of the first Cyclone. The second Cyclone will fall. Parting, starting to shut this down. Blinks on top of both the Cyclones once again and totally eliminates the Cyclones. There is a tank out here. 2 tanks as he's went into double factory. Another CC. Innovation playing super greedy. There's a tank on the high ground though. Blinking forward, Parting getting a little antsy. We'll go ahead and back up. The Void Ray for Parting. Gonna start shooting down as much of this as possible. And yeah, with the additional Stalkers coming in, we'll start pushing into the low ground. The tanks trying to unsiege here, but it might have been their gravest mistake. Blinking back, killing off a lot of these SCVs. Parting, just trying to find the best position, really kind of forcing Innovation to have to move back and forth here. As additional pylons being added on, shield batteries being added on. Cyclones are coming out once again. The SCVs are going to get pulled to try to shut this down completely. The Void Ray is going to have to relearn themselves in. And I don't know, does he have too much here? Another huge warping of Stalkers does come in here. A lot of the SCVs are fallen. 9 SCVs so far. The tanks have unsieged. There's only 1 tank remaining. And the Void Ray will shut that down. And now the Stalkers coming in here. The Void Ray does go down, but GG! And Parting takes the series.